What's up guys, in this video I will talk about how to create your own AI voice assistant. So everybody has been talking a lot about how to create those. I will show you how to create one that integrates with a particular CRM for the hotel industry. So I integrated with Beds24, which is a PMS that's used widely by hotels and motels. But you can adapt this workflow to any industry of your choice or any CRM of your choice. So I will link the template in the free school community that I will put below. And if you have any questions to adapt that to your workflow, just let me know and I'll try to help you. See you in the video of how it works.
Hi, welcome to Grand Budapest Hotel. I'm Sophia. How can I help you today?
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm trying to book a room for tonight.
I'd be happy to help you book a room. What dates are you looking to stay with us?
Do you have time for tonight?
Got it, so just for tonight. And how many adults will be staying? Any children?
So just one adult and no children.
Great. Let me check our availability for those dates. One moment, please. Great. Let me check our availability for tonight. One moment, please. We have two options available. Room 6-18061 for $100 and Room 6-18135 for $159. Which would you prefer?
I'm gonna take the cheapest one.
Perfect. What's your first name?
Stefan.
Thank you, Stephen. And what email can I send the confirmation to?
You can send it at hello@amato.com.
Okay, Stephen, just to confirm, I have you booked for room 618061 from 20251011 to 20251012. The total is $100. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have any special requests, such as a ground floor room or early check-in?
Just early check-in, yes.
I've noted your request for early check-in. Our staff will do their best to accommodate. Excellent. Let me lock that in for you. Just a moment. Excellent. Let me lock that in for you. Just a moment. Your reservation is confirmed. Your confirmation number is 618061. Payment will be collected at check-in. You'll receive an email with all the details shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Stephen. Have a wonderful stay at the Grand Budapest Hotel. If you need anything else, just let us know. Safe travels.
Thank you. Create an account and sign up. Open the dashboard, and what you're gonna see is this. So go to assistant, create a new assistant, blank template, create assistant. So what you can see here are all the configurations for the agent. It's a new assistant, and we can see the model. So that's text to text, voice is text to speech, and transcriber is speech to text. So there are like three different steps. Tools are the tools we're gonna give the agent so that it is able to do external tasks. And this advanced settings, we're not gonna worry about it in this video. So first, in model, we're gonna choose OpenAI as a provider, and in terms of model, so you can see the drop down. I like to choose a model that has low latency, so 4.1 mini is good. And then whenever you make a change, you can click publish to save the change. So here in latency, so the cost we can see it's 9 cents per minute, and mostly it is VAPI that costs 5 cents. And in terms of latency, we can see it's mostly GPT-4.1 mini, so it still takes a lot of time, like 700 milliseconds, but it's one of the fastest. So for the first message mode, we're gonna select assistant speaks first with model generated message, And for the system prompt, I'm gonna copy a prompt that I'm gonna give you in the link below, and I'm gonna describe it. So you can just take the prompt and Control C, Control V. Now expand the prompt. I'm gonna describe what it does. So current time, it's to give the agent the ability to know what time it is. So this is the date, and you can put here your time zone. Then business name, you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Grand Budapest Hotel. So first, we're gonna give the role and core directive to the agent. So you're Sophia, a friendly, efficient, and professional hotel receptionist for the business. Tone, it's warm, helpful, and professional. And language is all, so we can support multi-language. So we're gonna give the two tools: check room availability and book room. And I like to say so one moment please, so that the human knows the agent is doing something and can wait. Then so it's a pretty simple agent, so we're gonna have only one playbook. It's greeting and booking, and basically it's gonna follow the workflow. So first greet the person, then collect the information, check the availability, present. So it's gonna use the check availability tool, then present the options, collect guest information, confirm the detail so that we know it's correct, and then finally finalize the booking by using the book room tool. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into much detail. All the other edge cases and rules are for making sure that the agent is doing what we want, but this is subjective. Like, we can always improve it in the future. So click update, and then the files, we're not going to touch them. So this is the rag in VAPI. We're not going to use that for now. We can always have a rag in N8N, so we don't need that. For the voice configuration, you can choose 11 labs because it supports multilingual. So you can select 11 multilingual V2 and click any voice of your choice. I'm going to leave Sarah as the default voice, and we're not going to touch that. And transcriber, deep gram, we need to change that to multi, so that basically it understands multilingual and it's able to speak in the same language. So here we can see it's saying you are using multi-language for your transcriber. Make sure you choose a voice compatible with multi. We're not gonna touch anything else. So what's important is tools. We're gonna create two tools. So first, click publish. Then go in tools. So I already have my tools, but I'm gonna recreate them with you. Click custom tool. So that's where it went. And we're gonna name that book room, the first tool. Then go in parameters and click JSON. So now we can just copy and paste a JSON file that you can download as well. So I'm gonna go in book room, Control C, Control V, apply. And now if you switch back, you can see all the parameters that we pass in that tool. So the guest name, email, check-in date, checkout date, room ID, number of adults. And now we can save this. Now for the second tool, we do the same thing. So create a custom tool. And we're gonna name this check room availability. So Control C. So first rename this check room availability. Click to JSON, copy and paste, and then apply. So we can see for that tool, we need the check-in date, check-out date, number of adults, and number of children as optional. So click save, and now we can go back to the assistant. So go to the assistant tab. Also, you can rename this Grand Budapest Hotel Assistant. And so go to the tool section and add the 2 tools that we just created. Click publish, and so now that's saved. And so we're done with VAPI. We can go to N8N. So this is the workflow we're working with. So I'm gonna show you first. You can create a new workflow. So you'll have a blank template, and all you have to do is take the JSON file for the workflow and Control-C, Control-V. So that will give you the workflow directly. Now, all you need to do here, so there's a credentials for webhook are not set. You just need to click that once and it should be set. So the workflow is already working out of the box, basically. All we need to do is to take the production URL for the webhook and put it in VAPI. So first, I'm just gonna describe a little bit the workflow, what it does. We have 2 routes, so check room availability and book room. So usually that's better to do routes like this rather than using AI agents that would route themselves, because we already know the routes, and VAPI is gonna choose the tools for you. So I like to do that. So the first node is a VAPI webhook. Whenever it needs a tool, it will call this, and we need to make sure VAPI calls the right endpoint. Then we set our variables here. So we're gonna need the variable from Beds24, which is so you're gonna need to copy the Beds24 token and Beds24 property ID that you have. To do that, you need to go to Beds24 and create a new token. So I'm not gonna show that, but it's pretty easy to do if you look at the documentation. Then there are 2 routes. So the first one is to check the availability. It's gonna call we have a HTTP request to check the room availability, then get the pricing, and then give that response back to the user. And the other route is to create a booking. So we call another HTTP request, and we create that booking for the client. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take all right, so now that we're done with VAPI, we can go to N8N. So I'm using Hostinger. You can use anything that you like, even local. You can create a new workflow and have a blank template, and all you have to do is get the JSON file that I'm gonna give you, and Control-C, Control-V that JSON file, and that's gonna give you the workflow. So the way I generated this JSON file is using Claude Code. So that's basically the best way right now, along with Claude Desktop. And if you want, you can use a N8N MCP. So basically, it will create tools with complete documentation from N8N. And all I do basically is to copy and paste the API from whatever system we want to use. For example, Beds24. So if you go to Beds24 all the way down, there's API, and I copied and pasted this whole thing to Cloud Code, and it was able to generate this workflow on its own. So I think that's the future of generating those workflows. So all you need to do once you have this is to double click here, and it will just set this up correctly. So we have two branches. One is check room availability. Whenever VAPI uses the endpoint, it will call that webhook and wait a response from N8N. If the tool is check room availability, it will go to that first branch and call an HTTP request to Beds24 to check the room and the pricing. And that second route is for creating a booking, in a similar fashion. So you can click save, and now we're gonna quickly create. So for the variable, we need a token. We're gonna quickly create that, and for the property ID, I just took a property ID that I created in Beds24. All right, so I just created the API token for. All right, so I just got the API token from Beds24. It took me some time. I had to go in the API documentation and figure it out. So I'm not going to show you how to do that, and probably your use case is different, is in a different industry or a different PMS, so it's not necessary. But what you need to do is basically to replace those two nodes with HTTP requests that are adapted to your use case. So you'll always have a get to get the availability and a post to create the booking. And you'll need an API token that you can put in the variables. So once you've done that, for testing also you can put authentication none, but in production you'll need one so that people can't hack your endpoint. Now you can go ahead and click save, and the last thing we need to do is to take that production URL from the webhook and copy it to the VAPI assistant so that it knows which endpoint to use. So scroll all the way down to messaging, server settings, server URL, and just copy and paste here. Click publish. And now you can click talk to assistant to connect through web, or you can use the phone here. I'm just going to use the web.
Hi, welcome to Grand Budapest Hotel. I'm Sophia. How can I help you today?
Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm trying to book a room for tonight.
I'd be happy to help you book a room. What dates are you looking to stay with us?
Do you have time for tonight?
Got it, so just for tonight. And how many adults will be staying? Any children?
So just one adult and no children.
Great. Let me check our availability for those dates. One moment, please. Great. Let me check our availability for tonight. One moment, please. We have two options available. Room 6-18061 for $100 and Room 6-18135 for $159. Which would you prefer?
I'm going to take the cheapest one.
Perfect. What's your first name?
Stefan.
Thank you, Stephen. And what email can I send the confirmation to?
You can send it at hello@amato.com.
Okay, Stephen, just to confirm, I have you booked for room 618061 from 20251011 to 20251012. The total is $100. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have any special requests, such as a ground floor room or early check-in?
Just early check-in, yes.
I've noted your request for early check-in. Our staff will do their best to accommodate. Excellent. Let me lock that in for you. Just a moment. Excellent. Let me lock that in for you. Just a moment. Your reservation is confirmed. Your confirmation number is 618061. Payment will be collected at check-in. You'll receive an email with all the details shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Stephen. Have a wonderful stay at the Grand Budapest Hotel. If you need anything else, just let us know. Safe travels.
Thank you. Bye. So as you can see, the agent was able to use the tools to first retrieve the availabilities and prices, and second, to book a room. Yeah, so in production, of course, there's some tweaks to do. So the dates were not formatted correctly when they were enunciated. And you can also think of more customization, because each room maybe has a large bed, single bed, stuff like that. So there's more customization to do, but this is to give you an idea. And if we go to Beds24, yeah, so not here. If we go to Beds24 dashboard, booking, we can see that, yeah, so this booking number is confirmed to at the room 1 for tonight. So, and with the information, so this information also, if we spell it out, it's easier for the AI to write it down. But yeah, so this works and integrates with Beds24. We can do that for other PMS, so property management systems like Cloudbeds. And yeah, so we can adapt that to any industry, any use case that needs a voice receptionist. Thank you for listening.